This is Lusaka East Protected Local Forest Reserves number 27, allegedly acquired unprocedurally by the Patriot Front government. The former Environment and Natural Resources Minister William Harrington, accompanied by the journalists at the site, insisted as before that this forest reserve is illegal, adding that there was no environment impact assessment undertaken by the Zambia Environmental Management Agency and other related authorities. Mr. Harrington gave once again the background to this development.
Was existed since the colonial times. Okay, our colonial masters gazetted this as a forest reserve, knowing the importance of this area to the local community, to the Chalimbana River, and to the Chongo River, and to the general ecosystem. It's also as an underground, what you call an aquifer. It's an aquifer, which in other words, simple English, there's an underground tank of water, which supplies also Lusaka. You see? Now the danger with developing here is that, as I explained, if everybody extracts water, like what's happening in Chalala. Chalala, water was found at 50 meters before. But because everybody was putting boreholes in their houses, in their yards, water, you have to now go to 150 meters to find water. So water is being exhausted. And that is why you see environment is very, very critical. So during the counter era, during the Liberation War, where there's now the ZAF development and this Chinese development there, it's called Dreamland. That is like you can say, the northern section of the thing. That area was degazetted by Kaunda. Degazetted, yeah? Hived off.
Various stakeholders have shown interest in the debate and controversy surrounding the allocation of land by government officials and have challenged Mr. Harrington to consider applying to the Chief Justice to appoint a tribunal. Mr. Harrington has not hesitated.
Parliamentary and Ministerial Code of Conduct Act says very clearly, under Part 2 or something, that anybody who has got a complaint, such as this one, against a minister, may apply to the Chief Justice to appoint a tribunal. Now, the roadblock I'm hitting, the challenge I'm hitting is that how do I apply to somebody who has benefited from this corruption? How do I apply? How do I expect the Chief Justice to deal with my application to appoint a tribunal when she's a beneficiary of this corruption?
1 meter away from the road in this area is a post advertising to sell land. Meanwhile, RPP President James Likuku and Gears Initiative Executive Director McDonald Chipenzi, who also accompanied Mr. Harrington, have joined in searching for the truth about this land in question.
I would like to thank Honorable Harrington for the battle that he has taken up regarding this land that we see here. So ours is just to add a political muscle to what our colleague is doing in an individual capacity as a concerned citizen, which we believe all of us were supposed to appreciate what Honorable Harrington is doing. So Republican Progressive Party, we are going to take a political route regarding what is transpiring here. We are going to make sure that this construction that is taking place, because we can already see buildings, this is going to be stopped.
And they are getting everything to themselves. This to us is a big problem with governance. It's a deficit actually in our democratic governance. Further, I think we don't learn as a country. You remember the issue of Reverend Gladys Mirongo and the former Commissioner of Lands, a fight on somebody. If you remember, it was because of these issues of giving themselves, their children, their relatives, and their everybody land. Now, if we can destroy the environment, personally, I am a geographer. And one of my courses in geography was environment and development. I understand these things of underground water, surface water, and so on and so forth. So
Meanwhile, government through the Vice President Inonge Wina Kwesien's time in the last session of Parliament indicated that this Forest Reserve number 27 had not been degazetted, but part of it paving for housing developments by some government officials. Pamela Mulenga, CBC News, Lusaka.